Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me finish.
Welcome to Let Me Finish, the weekly podcast where we discuss what the hell's going on in pop culture, current events, and everything else in between.
We are your hosts. I'm Janice.
I'm Stacy.
And I'm Jillian. Grab a glass of wine and let's get started.
Welcome back. This is Let Me Finish, and this is episode 33. Can y'all believe it? 33 episodes?
Yes, 33.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
In this thing. We are official for real.
We really are. Okay, so I am your host, Stacy, and we have...
Janice.
And Jillian.
All right. Let's get right on into it. So, how was y'all weeks?
Oh, my week was pretty good. I mean, quick. I had some partners at my company come, so I was, entertaining. Not necessarily entertaining, but I was doing a lot of meetings and trying to, work with them. So then they took us out to like dinner one night. So it was a fun, busy week, but I had a good week. And then, of course, we went out to our girls' night last night. So that was
fun.
a good night.
Yeah, we did have a good time.
Yeah.
Where did y'all go eat at with the partners? Partners always take y'all out to good places.
Nick and Sam's. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been there.
It's a nice
It's
little
a nice
steakhouse.
vibe. I'm not a fan of the food. But
I like the food. I mean, I really did like their lobster mac and cheese. I love their Brussels sprouts. I mean, we had a lot of different types of steak. And I guess, when I eat steak, I'm probably more of a well done person, but I'll do medium well. I just don't like to see the red. I'm good. Like, let's just cook it. Just cook it all the way. I'm good. But people are like, definitely love the melt in your mouth thing. I'm like, is it melting or is it just sitting? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
know.
do mine medium. So
Absolutely
see,
not.
I do
Absolutely
mine
not.
damn near burnt to a crisp.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you like chewing on
I'm
rubber.
not even a fan of steak,
as
honestly.
just like you say, like it melts in your mouth. People who like meat well done, they enjoy it. It's not chewy to me when I eat well done steak.
Pink, I just think about like bacteria and like
No, so if you do it
like,
medium, it is cooked all the way through. It's still red, but the temperature is still high enough.
Well, we had some medium rare on the table. I was
Okay,
like,
I'm
absolutely
not.
not.
Oh, absolutely
I had
not.
rare and medium
I
rare.
had one. It was called it was a Wagyu steak, and they did that medium rare. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I said, oh no.
so there's blood coming out of it.
Yeah.
It was just like basically to me. It was like sushi. That's meat.
Yeah, so if
That's
it's
like red
rare, they're just searing the out exterior. They're not. Yeah.
It was medium rare, so it wasn't like bloody, but and it were small pieces because it was just a Wagyu. But I was, I mean, I ate a couple of the mediums, but that still was a little too raw for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So that was my week.
What about you,
that's
Jill?
good. Chill week at work, thank God. And
Love those.
and then my friends took me out for an early birthday dinner on Friday. We went to Perry's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did say, okay, you just went to Paris, but you didn't go into details.
As to why you were there.
Yeah, you
She
did.
She just said her friend took her out. They took her
No,
out.
I must have
said it
stopped
was my
listening.
But she didn't say it was your birthday. You didn't say it for your birthday because I would have.
Yeah.
Oh God, I must have stopped
I said
listening
that.
after
I
I
said
asked
it
the
was-
question.
Oh my gosh! Fun fact: I had my daughter on Julian's birthday.
Yes, we're exactly 25 years apart.
We were actually. She came early. We were supposed to be going out to dinner for your birthday that night, and they were like, "No, they're taking her that same day."
Yeah.
So
I was in college, so.
So we're both Libras.
yeah, so that was
September 3rd.
that was
September
crazy.
babies.
I honestly felt kind of bad because I was like, today we're going out for Julian's birthday today.
Today, what you mean you taking me today? Can we push it today, tomorrow?
Yeah, girl. She's my little birthday twin. In fact, there's a friend of mine that we actually used to work together. She's born on September 30th. And how we discovered it, I don't know what we were talking about. And we were talking about, I don't know how we got on the subject. We were talking about zodiac signs. So he goes, oh, yeah, everyone's telling their zodiac sign. I'm like, oh, I'm a Libra. And my friend was like, oh, I'm a Libra too. I'm like,
Oh wow.
because she goes, I'm a Libra. And I said, oh, me too. And she goes, well, I was born in September. I'm like, me too. What day? She goes, the 30th. I'm like, me too.
That's crazy.
So we're
Yeah.
both had the same exact birthday. Now we're not the same ages. She's a couple years younger than me.
Are we
but
gonna share like what this birthday is? Like,
yes, it's birthday number 40.
woohoo! 42.
40, big
Welcome
one.
to the
I was just like,
40s
Brr, brr,
club.
brr, brr.
I'm ready.
Brr.
Like I can actually start feeling like a real adult because sometimes I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like an adult.
I'm in my mid 30s and I still feel like I'm in my 20s.
I'm in my mid 40s and I still feel like I'm like 16 sometimes.
yeah,
not 16. I definitely feel
I don't
grown.
feel like I'm 16.
I
I,
feel
feel
like-
like I
young.
definitely pay bills.
yeah.
Sometimes I sit
I just
back
feel
and I
like-
reminisce and I'm like, damn, I have like a 24-year-old and I have a 24-year-old and a 14-year-old soon to be 15. And
I
I
have to
just,
remind myself, me and Kira are not companion.
I look at her sometimes and I'm just like, damn, why do I feel like I can relate to her? Like I'm like we're in the
I
same
do.
like age.
I do. The
group,
more I
but
talk to
we're-
Kira,
She's an adult.
the more I talk to her, the more I'm like, I feel like I can relate to you more now. Because I
'Cause
guess
she's not a
she's
kid
getting
anymore.
older.
She's-
Yeah.
she's an adult, but I just look at my life and I'm like, damn, I have like a whole grown ass adult here.
Yeah, you do.
I know. Life,
still can't believe
life
it.
just keeps going, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Doesn't
Yeah.
slow down.
I don't think people realize because when a lot of people look at me, I remember one time I was at work and I was talking about, my little sister, bro, whatever. And my friend asked me about, because she's moving to Frisco and her son was going to go to middle school. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't." She was asking me about the middle school, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that middle school. My sister never went to that one. It wasn't built when she was in middle school." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "She went to Clark. She didn't go to that middle school. It wasn't built whenever." She just, "Your little sister? I thought she was in high school." I was like, no. When I say my little sister, she already graduated college.
I'm a grown woman.
Yeah, I was just like, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I thought your sister was in high school." I'm like, no.
I think it's funny because every time somebody sees me and Jillian, I feel like I act younger still, but everybody when they see us, they think that we're the same. That she's younger than me. I'm like, ugh,
yeah.
rude. I'm the baby.
But yeah, no one, they'd be like, you can't be that old. I'm like, yeah.
You have a baby face.
Yeah, and then you remember when Mommy was talking about people were asking when she was about to retire, and they're like, "You're old enough to retire?" And she goes, "Yeah." And they're
I
like,
know. Yeah,
and he
everybody
goes-
always thinks mom's a lot younger too.
Yeah, and they were talking at one time. She was like, "Oh, my baby, the youngest."
I'm the baby.
And she goes, "Oh, they're like, your youngest daughter's in her 30s." And she's like, "Yeah, and I have one older than her too." And then there's just like, you don't look old enough to have a daughter that old. I'm like, dang, okay.
It's funny because everybody thinks both of y'all look so young, and then everybody's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, how rude. Do I not look young?
But it's crazy how far apart in age we are. I used to babysit you.
I know, but I always felt like we had a good relationship. Like I always
No,
liked
we
to be
did,
around
but
you.
I'm just like we're so far apart. But you would never know that there's like
Like a
this-
whole decade.
There's a
between
decade
us.
age gap
Yeah.
between us. But yeah,
It is what
And
it is. I think the older you get, the time difference
Yeah.
doesn't seem
It doesn't matter as
as
much.
much.
Like
Yeah.
when you're your teens and early 20s, it's a big difference. When you're both in your
course.
20s or one's in their 20s,
I mean, it was
one's
a
in their
huge-
30s, it's not that big
There's a
of a
huge
deal.
gap when you were 6 and I was 16.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
Because even now, I have my work friends. I have some older, like one of my really good work friends. She's like almost 50. Like,
Yeah.
I think she's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
No.
So-
After a certain age doesn't matter.
It doesn't
anymore.
matter.
Yeah, I have a lot of older work friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bonded with them, hung out with them.
And it's- yeah.
Even in my 20s, I was hanging out with them.
Your best friend could be the oldest person at work. And
Yeah.
they'd be hanging
Making
out
you
and
laugh.
talking and all
Exactly.
that stuff. Yeah, the older you get, the age difference tends
Just
to
shrinks, yeah.
shrink, so,
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much.
Well, I didn't do much this week. Just hung out at home and, still looking for a job loosely.
I'm about to say, are you?
Loosely looking for a job. So other than us going out last night, didn't do much, but oh my gosh.
What'd you do after?
I came home and I think it was the second half of the Colorado versus Colorado game, which ended up going into double overtime. So I was up till 2 a.m. watching that game, and Colorado actually pulled that win off
Yeah.
because I just knew it was a wrap.
Colorado versus Colorado.
It was Colorado University
Colorado-
versus Colorado State.
Oh, okay. okay.
CU versus
Yeah, it was a
CSU.
huge
And
rivalry.
which one does Dion coach?
CU.
CU.
Okay.
And people
that-
don't understand. Like I am a true Deion Sanders fan because what y'all lot of people don't know, but Deion lived here in Dallas for decades. He
A
lived
lot of
out-
Cowboys.
he
A
lived
lot of
out-
people know
well,
that. What?
Some
That's-
people were just like, huh? I'm like, yeah, he's not originally from Dallas, but I just say he's from Dallas. He lived in Prosper.
After he retired, he
lived
settled
here.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
Because he had that house in Prosper
he's
forever.
yeah, but he's originally from Florida.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where they're originally.
I just always assumed he was from here.
No, but
No.
I used to watch the original reality show that he had with the wife Pilar.
It's like literally
Ex-wife.
a original reality show because reality shows were not reality. Like they didn't have a lot.
Well,
then.
they were really real back then too. A lot of the scripted
Right.
stuff wasn't happening, and the boys were so little. So I've always loved Deion. So whenever he went to Jackson State, well, actually, I followed up on him whenever he would. He was teaching high school, and he had a little academy called Truth in Dallas, and then he went on to coach Jackson State. So I followed him, and then he went to CU. I didn't know what to expect here, but I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
I mean, I expected good things from him, but it's one of those things with Deion. I'm gonna just put this out there in the atmosphere.
Oh.
Any future coaches on his schedule, it is best for you and your team to keep your mouth all the way shut. Because last thing you need is to have an extra chip on Deion's shoulder for them to try and have to prove themselves and go extra hard on you. That coach at CSU, you dumb, because you should never, ever.
I think
Said
it
what
made
you
for a
did.
good football game because that team, they came in guns blazing too, because everybody just, after the whole beef happened between the two coaches, everybody was like, oh, Deion, they're going to wipe him off the map and blah, blah, blah. That team came in with a chip on their shoulders, and they gave CU a run for their money.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't need. They call it bulletin board material. You do not need any kind of. And Deion being he's a constant salesman. He went and milked it.
He sure
for
did.
Everything he was handing out.
Those glasses.
Glasses.
That
to
company made 1.2
media.
million in one day because of the
Those
whole the glass
glasses.
situation. Think about Deion. He doesn't really go in and start the mess. Somebody always brings it to him.
But he
and then
he
he will
can finish
but
He'll
he's
finish
gonna
it.
finish it, and he gonna make money finishing
Do not
it.
come for me unless I send for you.
Exactly.
baby.
So I was just saying, for future reference, do not provide him with any bulletin board material.
because he's gonna take it to the bank.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
As he
always
should.
who Ben Deion
Yeah,
was.
that's who he
He's a performer. He's a person that when it comes to the media, he's somebody who's very charismatic.
Very.
And I think that
Prime time.
Yeah.
Yeah, prime
That's the
time.
whole point. Like we're Cowboys people here, so
Yeah.
we all remember those days when
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dream team.
yeah.
So that was how my night went. So I was up until 2 a.m. But
I was up, but I was watching Love Island.
yeah. So
Yeah.
any chokeholds?
The only I was just gonna kind of touch on last week because we talked about Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis and their apology from their letters. So now I think after everything and the controversy, Ashton Kutcher did go ahead and step down as a chairman for the foundation he's a part of for child
saw
abuse. But I think it's sad that he had to step down. But I think for the benefit of the charity and the foundation, he should have. Like it just didn't need
it's
the
not
negative media.
Yeah, it's not a good look because if you're saying, "Hey, I'm here, I'm advocating for these victims," and then turn around
And almost
and
advocating
advocate
for your friend.
for a perpetrator,
Yeah.
so a predator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. I can't because I think about it and I'm like I really can't take away the fact that the man is a predator and you. I mean, but I get why he did it, but then at the same time, that's why he had to take
there's
a step back.
Consequences.
Yeah,
It's sometimes
he has to take a step back.
At the end of the day, I understand that person is your friend, but like, hey, I'm not in a position to be able to just say no. I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I'm not in a position.
Yeah.
Whether it was
Yeah.
private or not, because nothing is ever 100% private.
No.
Like I said, I would, and Stacey said I would do it for y'all.
I would.
Doesn't matter
but
what
I would
y'all
also any consequence coming, I'm prepared for it. Too.
Right, I would know that you have exactly.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just take the consequence on the
Yeah.
chin because at the end of the day, I still want you people to know that you're not 100% bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I don't know. I think sometimes if they had to acknowledge, hey, what he did was wrong, he's guilty of this, he should never
I
have
think
done
they
it.
did it.
That's
But
not what the
I-
letter was for.
It was for the sentencing. It's already known.
that's
that
what I'm
he
saying.
did it.
Acknowledge that, hey, he did this wrong thing. I
Yeah.
feel like he, as a friend who's done a lot of good things for me, I feel like he can be redeemed.
Even if he had said it in
Once-
those words, they still would have came after him
Yeah,
just for
that's
doing
true.
it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, the letter
Yeah.
defend like putting him in any positive light was just gonna be a negative thing
Yeah.
for him and Mila, and it was. And
I
I
mean,
mean, they'll survive it.
they're
so.
fine.
they will,
Yeah.
because they're not the ones that did it. Let's
Right.
be clear, they're not the criminals.
now
They're not
they-
the predators.
They
Yeah.
resigned and they moved on. The charity is still going. So
Right,
at
and
the
I
end
think
of
for the
day,
charity, that's what they should have
that's what
done.
matters.
And he can still support them, just
Exactly,
not be on the
just
board.
not be on the board.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
So,
yeah,
And he probably
will.
knew
If he was a good,
it was a possibility
Yeah.
that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not stupid.
I only had one little thing. I don't think it's a little thing, but Jeezy filed for divorce from Jeannie Mai.
Jeannie Mae.
Jeannie Mae.
I didn't even. I don't know
never-
why it's such a big
I
deal.
never-
So here's my thing.
Honestly, I never got them as a couple. The fact that they got together was a shock to
I didn't
me.
even know they
that
were
was
a
when I was
couple.
shocked.
But I
was
used,
when they got
so
together.
here's the thing. I was
That
a
was your
big.
shock
I
moment.
watched The Real, right? And for years, and I always followed up with her. So she was married. Her first husband, he was Caucasian or whatever, and she always said that. Oh, he was like his tag was like hunter. He was like a hunter. I mean, he was like country, like dove hunting and stuff like
Hate
that.
hunting.
Anyway, so and they were so opposite to me too, but they were together for a while, but he wanted kids and she absolutely said that she did not want kids, and they separated and he got someone pregnant like within months after their separation and stuff like that. But what I remember about Jeannie Mai, what I remember about her was the statement that she made on national TV that she likes black men and she thinks you're so sexy and stuff, and she will do dark meat on the side, but white men keep her
Lean and mean.
and that's why she married a white man. And so immediately Tamar and Lonnie was like, "Excuse me, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?" And she was just like,
Exactly
what do you think I mean?
Exactly
And
what
Tamar
she
was
said.
like, exactly
I
what
don't
she
know.
said.
That's why I'm asking you the question. What
you
you
would
mean,
have
ho?
a black man like for a side dude, but you would never, but not good enough to
That's
marry.
exactly what she meant.
She's like, that's not what I meant. Oh no. So for me, it's like she had a black man fetish, is what it sounded like. Yes,
Yeah.
on the side, but I could never bring one home or marry one, right? But anyway, so when she
Fetish.
got with Jeezy, I was like, it was weird, but I'm like, okay, well,
Got
there you go.
pregnant,
You
and
got
the
your
whole thing was
got your
weird.
fetish, and right after she got with him, she's like, I'm pregnant, and it's like, you told this other man you never wanted kids. Now you're happy to be pregnant, and the whole thing was weird. So they've been married 2 years, and the baby's like a year old, and he filed. And I'm like, what? Because mostly women file, but
I don't
he
think
filed.
I don't think she had any clue their marriage was on the rocks, because
Really?
I
How?
don't think so, because somebody had pulled up the court documents. Even though the documents just got filed this month, he had already signed it back in either June or July. I can't remember.
Seriously?
So that means there were weeks.
Where he was like, I'm going to do this.
During that time period, she was posting, look at my family. They had like a Father's Day post where they had like a barbecue for Father's Day. So it must have
saw
been
that.
June.
But
Father's
you
Day was
know
in
how,
June.
a lot of times social media, though, they do be putting out this happy picture when they're not happy. Like,
I
so
mean,
she
she
could have
had
just been
to
But
fronting.
if she knew that, hey, he about to file for divorce, I'm not posting shit.
Maybe
Maybe
she's still
they
hoping
were
that he
on the
wouldn't.
rocks. But have you ever seen couples on social media where they go on this like big trip and they're all lovey-dovey, and a week later
That was like Brad
filing-
and Jennifer
they
right
file
before
for
they filed
divorce.
for
So
divorce.
it could be
But that does
situation
always,
like that.
that is something that happens. They be having them little trips,
so
and then all of a
it's-
sudden,
they're trying
bam.
to save it,
Trying
but
rekindle.
yeah, that was my only little chokehold. That's all I have.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else, we can come back and just jump right on into
Yeah.
the main topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I think we
take
had
a quick
some
break.
Fun this week.
Okay, so this week we're doing something different. So each of us wrote 2 questions, any questions we wanted it to be. We don't know what the questions are. And then we basically put it all in a little bucket, and then we're just going to pull a question, and whoever's question gets picked, they can go into more detail on the question if they need to. And then we all have to chime in
And discuss.
the question. So right now we have 6 questions, but we may only get through like maybe 1 or 2 depending on what the questions are and how in depth they are. So
And y'all know we like to talk.
we do. And we have no idea what each other's questions are and what's going to get picked or not. So it's a surprise for all of us. And I think this should be fun. What y'all think?
Oh, it's going to be
Oh,
fun.
I'm excited.
All right.
And then when because we're not talking about it beforehand, it's going to be raw.
Yeah,
y'all.
we
Sorry
don't know.
if we get too heated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know anything.
Because
So
we can get pretty heated.
okay, I'm going in.
All right, come on.
First question. Okay.
Oh, it's
Was
mine.
it Janice's question?
Dang.
Oh, okay.
Dang, I don't know.
All right.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. How do you feel about what is this alternate weight loss options outside of working out and eating right?
Okay.
Okay.
So I actually have more in depth to go into.
So
this
go
with
ahead.
this.
Go.
Yeah, explain your question. and
So
then
the
we'll
reason why I
jump in.
have this question is because one of my friends called me yesterday bawling.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my gosh, are you busy? I'm like, I'm not busy. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on? She's just like, oh my gosh, my family's so mean. And I want to, so basically she's going to the doctor to get prescribed Adipex, which I've taken Adipex before.
I've taken Adipex before.
It's basically Phentermine. But it's like prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah.
It's not Fen. And I've taken it before multiple times.
Me too.
Right. So I'm like, I don't see the big deal in it. But and she's a small girl, and she's definitely not overweight by any means. I think for her height, technically she's overweight, and there are parts of her body she's just not happy with right now. She's always been a person who like will count her calories, watch what she eats. She's not a big worker outer, but she will, especially to get to her weight loss goals. But anyways, her family just like went in on her, calling her an idiot. You're retarded. Like, what's wrong with you?
I don't even use that word anymore.
Exactly. So I'm like, are they saying that? I said they use that word.
Wait,
funny because I clung on to the word retarded. I was like, why
We don't use that word
are
anymore.
they saying that
So
to you?
are they saying that because they want
she
her
doesn't because she doesn't need to lose. They're like, you don't need to lose weight. You're tripping. What's wrong with you? You're just, and I get it. They're concerned for her,
Right. Okay.
but it's like, why go? Like, say what you have to say, and
don't
leave
be
it at
mean about
that.
it.
All right. So let's do this.
Because she's grown. She's gonna do it either way.
Let's get into our responses.
Yeah.
Now that
So that's why
Okay.
I was like, that's a good question because I know we've all done. I've done a lot of alternative.
let me go
stuff.
first because I'm the queen of alternative stuff.
We like a
Baby,
shortcut.
I have tried every diet, every trick, whatever. This is personally how I feel. Different things are important to different people. For me, weight is a big deal for me.
Right.
And I don't care if you think I look good. If I'm not happy within myself, then I'm going to do something about it. And whether it's traditional to you, which is going to the gym, working out, that might be traditional to you. Traditional to me, I'm going to the doctor and be like, I'm overweight. Like, help me.
Right.
Help me lose this weight. And I am not opposed to anyone doing anything if they feel that's what is important to them and makes them happy, or, and weight's just a thing for me, but it's not a thing for everyone else.
Right. And it's a thing for her.
If it's a thing for her and she's not happy and the doctor is going to prescribe her something that she thinks that can help her, it's her personal choice. And I don't think anyone should have anything to say about someone's weight loss or how they
their weight loss journey.
Their journey or how they choose to lose weight. And that's how I feel. But people feel differently.
Okay.
Me personally, when it comes to weight loss, everyone's on their own journey. What works for someone. So someone could be over here on keto. Someone could be over here doing paleo low carb. Some people, whatever you choose.
Appetite suppressant.
Drugs, surgery, whatever you choose. Everyone's on their own journey.
Right.
And you have to find what works for you. Me personally, because don't get me wrong, I've thought about the drugs, the surgeries, the quick fix, the diets, but I know me, and I know that when it comes right down to it, it's up here, it's in between my ears. And for me, I've said, you know what? I'm not going to focus on the numbers on the scale. I'm going to focus on how I feel. And so that's why for the past year, I took a little break, but then for the past year, a little over a year and a half. But I did take a break because my instructor, she took a break. I've gone to this class twice a week. And I feel like the way I've progressed over the past year and a half, I'm like, okay,
you see growth.
I like the way I feel about this.
Okay.
I feel stronger. I feel like things that I'm like, there's no way I can do this. I'm now doing it.
Can I ask a question? And I hate to cut you off, and this is so important. And I'm going to let you get your say to Janice, but don't take this the wrong way. You know I love you. So, okay. And I'm just being real, right? We're being real, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your weight loss, Jill. I look at you sometimes and I wonder to myself, and only because like my way to do it is to get help. And I see you out here this last year. You're working out. You're doing all this stuff. And I wonder sometimes, why don't you just go get we know it works. I mean,
it's, you know what? Like I said, it's not like I haven't thought about it, but I know me. It is not about the drug or the surgery or whatever, or the cutting out whatever part. It's mental. And for me, it's not necessarily.
But the drugs help you mentally too.
No, I don't think so.
There are ones that do, but
if it's a psychological thing, I need to work on why am I doing this. So for me personally, I know my roadblock is
she's
logical.
She's perfect.
She's so logical.
My roadblock is that when it comes, it's my eating habits. And girl,
but they help you.
It's like, I understand that, but if my mentality doesn't change, it doesn't matter what drugs I take. As soon as I'm off the drugs,
let me ask you this then.
I'm gonna go. I never change my habits.
What do you do to change the mental then? Because a lot of times that's therapy, journaling, doing those kind of things.
And that's what I'm focused on. Like right now, because I knew I gained the most weight ever since I've gotten to this office job, where even when I work frontline, I was standing up and I was walking around, so it wasn't as bad. But for the past 10 years, I've been literally in a call center, on a phone, sitting down.
Yeah.
So I'm very sedentary. So I knew for sure I had to keep moving, because if I didn't keep moving, I wasn't gonna. And then for me, unfortunately, I just have really bad eating habits, and I'll be quick to be like, okay, I'll just go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever.
I feel like you will you'll binge eat. Like you'll be doing really, really good. Well, that's what things I've seen. And then you'll just go and get all this food. And I'm like, girl, you are not that hungry. You didn't even want that.
Yeah. I've done that on occasion, but it really
I think that was a long time ago that you used to do that.
So, yeah.
It's self-control. And honestly, because I'm like, I don't want to have a bad relationship with food. And I refuse to look at food as bad or good. I just feel like everything should be done in moderation. So for me personally, I've been on this journey where I really honestly, I just need to diversify what I'm eating, which meaning more fruits and vegetables, and not necessarily a hamburger and a French fry.
No, okay. I get it. And I actually admire that about you, because I just know for me, I'm quick to give up and, and stuff like that. And I'm just proud that, you don't go to these alternative things that are out there, and you actually try to put the work in, yourself and do it. So kudos to you. Yeah. I want to hear your input, Janice.
Okay. So I feel like I'm a really good medium of you two.
Okay.
Because Jillian's like, I want to have a healthy relationship with food. I want to do it the right way. I want to figure out what my mental's going on. Also, Stacey, I like the same thing. I'll do a shortcut. I'll pick a pill. I will. By any means necessary. I'll do it. But I've done both. I've actually lost. I mean, everybody fluctuates in weight, right? I have a happy weight that I like to be at, and I've gotten to that weight with pills. I've gotten to that weight working out. I've gotten to that weight cutting back on food. It's just different times of my life. I'll be like really into working out, and then other times I'll be really into eating healthy, and then the other times I'll be like, can I get a pill?
Yeah. Right.
So, and I've done that at Apex, and the first time I did Apex was in college, and I lost like 20 pounds that first month.
I dropped 20 pounds in a month. I was like, hello. I was in my 20s,
and I was feeling better than ever. But I also at that time
I gained it all back, y'all.
Because and you usually do when you do the shortcuts, and I've done them. That's why, when I go and do things like when I started doing, because I did Weight Watchers and I still will. Weight Watchers works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. It worked for me quite well. I lost like 30 pounds in the course of like over 5 months or so. Yeah. But I also was working out a lot. I was doing Pilates. I was super into Pilates at the time. I've done kickboxing to where I was super into that. So like I'll have things that will put me super into working out or losing weight. However, I do think my thing with the judgment on other people.
Yeah, I don't judge.
I don't want to be judged.
Me neither.
So I'm not going to judge you. Mm-hmm. I had a friend and she did weight loss surgery, which is fine.
Yeah.
I said what I had to say about it. Like, I don't think you need to. I think you can do it other ways. She decided to do it. Fine. I was totally cool with that. But then people she knew were like coming for her so hard after it. And I was like, pardon my French, but I was like, fuck them then.
Yeah.
They gave you their opinion. You said what you did. I no longer am asking for your opinion till you can hold that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
these are grown people. It's not like your child, you know, where you want your mom and you want to give them good advice. You give me your opinion and leave it at that.
A lot of times too, that's why people, when they're doing certain things, they don't want to tell because
Exactly.
no one wants to be judged for.
And
And
I-
even sometimes with you guys, like I might want to try something new. I don't want to tell y'all either because I feel like y'all will judge me. Like Stacy,
Well,
you do
and that's-
everything,
and that's what I'm
you
saying, though.
Julian has told me you're gonna gain all the weight back, and
And again,
And it's
I
not
feel like
no
I have
judgment.
done that with Stacey, but I also feel like I say it like once. I don't continue to
and
harp on it.
I know, but yeah.
But if you decide you want to do that, like you said,
You're
if
gonna
you-
always
I'm
support
gonna
me
do
no matter what.
this.
I know.
Yeah.
But-
I'm gonna support you. You're
but-
my family. I
yes.
love you. And at the end of the day, hey, if you like it, I love it.
And I don't
always
know-
kind of adopted that mentality with people in general with their life.
Yeah.
I give you my opinion once, my words of wisdom, but that doesn't mean you're gonna have to take it and run with it. And at the end of the day, I don't really care.
yeah, true.
Like I said, yeah.
You're
when
a
it
grown
comes,
woman.
however you choose to do your journey, like I said, I may have my opinion, be like, oh, if I was you, I wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
And that's okay.
But once you've made your decision, okay, we're gonna rock
Yeah.
with this. We're gonna do this. This is fine.
and I like a good shortcut. I
Yeah.
do.
And I
Yeah.
know it is. I know for the end of the day, it is my choice in food because the one thing I did that actually got me the best results is when I did Jenny Craig.
It
Oh,
is the
I did
food.
Jenny Craig
It is the
too.
food. That's what I'm saying.
I've
At
done
the end of the
everything.
day, it is, and then sometimes it's how your body's burning, what stage your metabolic, whatever they call it, what stage your body's in. So that's why I'm saying at the end of the day, whatever it takes to get you a little boost, to lose a little weight, is
Yeah.
fine. I've talked to counselors and stuff about my weight loss as well. I do think sometimes people have body dysmorphia, but that's their burden. Like they
That's
let
their
them
struggle.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
don't put your opinion on it because you don't have body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stop putting your feelings and trying to put that onto people and
Onto
and
others.
making it feel like this is the only right way. Like one of the things with mom, I'll tell her all the time, like it's not just black and white. There is gray.
There is.
Yeah, there is a lot of.
So don't like, and that's in life.
Yeah, so I guess the consensus is then like everyone's journey is different and let people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah. For my friend, I was like, tell him to go. off.
yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tell them, thank you for your opinion. You can take several seats. I've heard it. Thanks.
Okay. Do we have time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we keep it quick.
All right. So let me see what the next question is.
Don't choose another one of mine.
I don't know what I'm choosing. I can't see. I'm just picking one out.
It's mine again.
This is yours?
Is that my paper?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is mine again. No,
Oh,
that's not mine.
This is mine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this is what it says. It says, your man proposes. The ring belongs to great grandma, and it has special meaning. You hate the ring.
Oh,
What do you do? So
That's a good one.
that was my question, y'all.
So here's what I'm gonna say. Well, babe, is there any way we can kind of redesign some shit? Just use the pieces and redesign so make it unique to me, so I can be in love with the ring. Cause it can still be sentimental if I do a redesign. Isn't that what Megan did with her ring?
She took the diamonds from the ring, I think. No, she took the ring. I think yeah.
They redid the setting.
But the ring was pretty. The ring was beautiful.
Well, to go into to context, right? It's like this is a family heirloom, right? And it has very special meaning, and it's been passed down before. And he so excited giving you this ring, and he really wants you to love this ring.
So, ready for my opinion?
And it's small. I did
Ooh, you ready for my opinion?
Yes.
So, I understand, babe. Love you. However, I do feel like at that point you should know me, Janice, well enough to know Janice is not going to like that ring. And I would think that you would know, at least be like, okay, is there ways that we can maybe take parts of the ring, the stones out of the ring, reincorporate it in my ring? Or I can wear that on one hand and as like more of an anniversary gift. I don't know. I don't think I could just go through life wearing a ring I didn't love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not really. I get it. It's a part of your family, but is it about your family or is it about me and us?
It needs, yeah. I feel like your wedding ring, it should be
A symbol of-
statement of who you are as a woman and also as a couple.
As a woman and your woman.
Yeah.
Yes, but I do know in some families.
Right. And I wouldn't want to be unsensitive to that
Right.
too. So I couldn't just be like, absolutely not. I'm not wearing that. I wouldn't go
Because then
that
you
hard.
become almost superficial and material. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't go that hard on it, but I would definitely voice my concerns in a delicate way. I probably accept the ring for the proposal.
Knowing me, I would probably.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop the
accept it.
proposal.
I know, but I would be so unhappy, and I wouldn't even know how to broach the subject and be like.
and
"No,
then I would
don't
try
want
to
this
kind
ring."
of
I'd be
broach it
disappointed.
to him.
I would be disappointed too.
I'd be disappointed because I feel like if you knew me and
Right.
everyone's,
But sometimes
everyone's style
You
is
know,
different.
Janice,
Yeah.
that's not
They're
my
like,
style.
you know me. I've said this many times. I want a very simple ring. If it's 3 carats, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank
But
you.
just,
That would be like
I would be super happy with just a nice band, solitary diamond.
That would be
ring.
like-
if any embellishments would be a nice side diamond on the side. That is it. These other rings,
I don't know what
It's
I would do
just
if it was like
not
a
my
gold marquee green ring. What would I do?
I don't know.
I wouldn't want that.
I know, but
But then I also wouldn't want to be
I would
unsensitive
feel
to the
so
fact that that's
bad
important to
because,
your family.
The whole family's like, "Oh, it's grandma's ring."
I think the family would know because I am I'm bougie. I am.
Oh my
and
God.
so I think once the family meets me, everybody be like, "Well, we're gonna." Because okay,
It's not
so
a bougie
let me say this because my ex, he talked about proposing or whatever, and they did talk about family heirlooms and things, and they were like, "Oh." And the mom straight up was like, "Well, I don't think Janice would like that. I think you would need to get her something different." And I was like, "At least mom knows."
yeah. At the end of the day, it's not a bougie thing. It's just this is a ring you're gonna wear for the rest of your life, God willing.
And it symbolizes your commitment to him. Yeah.
Right.
symbolize your commitment. So if it's not my style and something I'm gonna look at and be like, oh my God, I love this ring. Even though it's a family heirloom and that may have been great for whoever bought the ring and whoever had it since then, that doesn't mean I have to like it. Everyone's ring, Stacey's ring is different. Our mom's ring was different. I've seen lots of different rings. All of them.
That's like when mom's ring. I was like, absolutely not. I would not want that ring.
Well, yeah, because nobody wears gold.
I want that.
You know,
that was, like I said, but
that was a
that was
nice
her
ring
ring.
back then. That
That
was a
was
nice ring.
That was her ring.
Yeah.
And she was happy with it.
Right. That's my whole point.
It doesn't mean it was just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's ugly. It's just
Exactly.
everyone.
Exactly.
There's lots of different rings out there. All of them very pretty. Would I wear it? No, because that's not me. That's not
That's
my
like
personality.
Jillian. It's like because think about even past
The
the
more
family
stuff going
family
on-
heirloom thing. That's like Jillian getting engaged and her man getting her cluster ring. You know Jillian don't like that. You should
hates
know her
that.
well enough to know she doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Not saying it's
The
an ugly
simpler-
ring
for me, the
but she
simpler the
doesn't want
better.
that.
But for some people that pass these rings down, it's more so that that's what's expected of them. That's what's supposed to happen
Right.
with the ring. It's
Now-
supposed to go to.
Because at the end of the
And
day,
it's
if I
symbol-
love the ring and it was a family heirloom,
Well,
then I'd wear it no
absolutely,
problem.
yes,
Yeah.
but-
Because Stassi from Vanderpump Rules, she got passed down rings from her fiance or her husband now, and they were gorgeous.
I mean, personally, I would have a hard
All
time
of them
telling.
were.
I would have a hard time saying I don't like. I mean,
I'd have to do it in a very delicate
wouldn't say I
way,
don't like
pillow
it.
top type thing.
It would have
Mhm.
to be-
You just got some.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, babe, but this is just not my style.
Yeah.
I don't see myself wearing this ring.
I
Would
mean,
you
I
ruin
would
the
get-
proposal?
No, I
I
would.
Jillian?
wouldn't ruin the proposal, but in
You
my
would say
mind,
yes?
I would have been like, if I love this person, I would say yes. But in my mind, I'm like, you done fucked up.
You don't. Oh,
I was just like, damn, this is not a good way to start. Like,
because I would have hoped my fiance would have been like, that's not Janice's style, and not even and like. Now I don't have to be the person saying I don't like it. I'd rather you know me well enough to know I wouldn't
if you're
want that
listening
ring.
to me and know who I am, hopefully this is something that we have already discussed,
Right.
and been in detail
Yeah,
in regards to
that's
this.
true.
You know my person, you know what I like, and so if that means your family heirloom, great. If not, we can use that for another purpose, but not necessarily.
Because that's why I'm like,
engagement
there's
ring.
anniversary rings. Some people
Yes.
wear their original ring that they got proposed to on their right hand, and then they get a different ring. So
Yeah.
all
I
I know
guess
for
there's
sure, at some
compromise.
point, we would have to upgrade that
Upgrade
ring.
the ring, yeah.
Yeah, because what I think is beautiful, you'd be like, you really like that? I'm like, girl, I love it.
Right.
Like I said, but that's just my own person. Like I said,
Yeah.
the simpler, the better. I just want one gorgeous stone on a simple band, and I would be happy.
That was a good question.
That was a good question.
Very
Yeah,
good
that was a
question.
good
I
question.
don't think
'cause
we
it's so
have
true.
time for another one, but
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But
this was fun, and we
let
still
us-
have more questions we can ask next
Another time.
Yeah.
Well, and then I think you guys let us know what you guys think about the segment, because I think it's like pick a question, any question. I think
Yeah.
it's a cute little name for it.
Yeah,
I
and I
think
kind of
so.
like the extra little surprise for us, so we can like
Really dive
be
into it.
unfiltered.
yes,
so.
and it
And I
definitely
think-
has you think. Yeah, has.
And I
us
think the
thinking.
questions will get a little bit more like now because
Well,
it's our
I
first
had
time
some
doing
juicy
it.
questions in there, but they
I had a
didn't
good.
get
I had a
picked.
good second question. I really did.
Both my questions. Well, one's real loaded, the other one.
Now
is
I kind of want
like,
to see. I don't want to wait though. I kind of want to know what.
We're gonna
Well,
have to wait. We don't have
I
enough
mean, we
time.
don't have a choice.
I mean,
but
we can take a quick break and come back and do 2 more.
Maybe we should maybe try it again next week or the week
week.
before.
Yeah,
or the
yeah.
next. We'll just have to do different segments. We can save the questions. We don't have
Yeah.
to throw them away.
We don't. We're gonna save
Well,
them.
we're gonna save them.
Well, I guess we can go ahead and get out of here, and we can enjoy the rest of our Sunday.
Yeah, because I
Yes.
got stuff to do, baby.
Oh yeah, Cowboys are playing
Cowboys
today.
are playing. I got squares, and I sold my 7-7 square. So anybody who knows football knows that I might be really sad tonight.
All right, so we're
All
gonna
right.
go ahead and get out of here.
All right.
All
See
right.
you guys next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the platform you're listening on, and leave us a review.
We want to support local businesses, so if you'd like us to shout out your business, or if you have a topic suggestion, or even questions for our QA section, we want to hear from you. So reach out to us at letmefinish@gmail.com.
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Let Me Finish. Don't forget that the E in me is the number 3. You can find me at New Jillian Who Dis on Instagram. Stacy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Mrs. Cams01. I'm also on TikTok, Mrs. Cams01, MRSKAMS01.
And Janice, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Uniquely Janice, and Facebook and TikTok, I'm just Janice Housen.
Okay. See you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys then.